welcome to Morning Meadowlark Wellness. I'm Cassandra Robertson, and today I'm showing you what I eat in a day in my third trimester. I'm officially 38 weeks. I'll give you a little peek. We are ready to go anytime. So if there's some mamas out there watching, you may be feeling extra tired at this point. So I'm just trying to keep things super simple to give you a really good idea of how to keep nourished and satisfied in that last little bit of your trimester, but also keeping the nourishment up as well. So first off, the very first thing I do in the morning is I get a nice big glass of water with lemon or lime. And so I like to have the measurement on there so that I can track and make sure that I'm getting enough of these every day. So I do have that as well. I'm gonna steal this. So good. And I also like to make a tea. So some mamas, especially if you're chasing another little one or a couple little ones, you might want to have some caffeine. So I tend to go for a green tea. If you're trying to stay away from caffeine altogether, that's fine. A nice herbal tea is good as well. And it's still safe. If you're a coffee lover, go ahead. I'm not gonna tell you not to have your coffee. Enjoy your coffee. It's like one green tea, one coffee, not a big deal. Not at all. So something I love to do is make smoothies. You can sneak so many amazing ingredients in there that will help keep you full, will help keep you nourished and healthy throughout that last bit of your pregnancy. And it just makes life super simple because you can sip it on the go, you can just take it wherever, and the kids love it too. So I will show you just a very simple smoothie recipe, and you guys can take what you will from it and substitute whatever you feel. I'm just gonna grab a scoop and then I will show you what I've got in here. Okay. So my first secret ingredient, which I learned from a pediatrician, was cauliflower. So frozen cauliflower, nobody tastes it, but it gives a really nice consistency to the smoothie. And then I also do frozen chopped spinach. You can do fresh, but I find it just makes it super easy. Frozen avocado, so you don't have to worry if the one that you've grabbed, is it ripe, is it not, whatever. I've had so many die on me. But you got your avocado. And then this is mixed berries. Now, these are darker berries, so they don't have strawberries, which tend to have a higher content of sugar, but it's not a big deal. If you love your strawberries, go ahead and put your strawberries in there. But today we have blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Okay, so I'm gonna put these away. Be right back with a banana. All right, so I like to use a frozen banana. I did put these in not too long ago, so it's a little easier to peel. Sometimes you have to use a knife to kind of get it started for you. But once again, gives a really nice consistency to your smoothie. So I also like to put a scoop of flaxseed in there for omegas. And so I like to buy my flax seeds whole, and then I will grind up what I need for a few days or for the week, and that just keeps the highest level of omegas in your smoothie, or if you're baking with it, that kind of thing. And then I also use a protein powder. So this is the Complete from Juice Plus. So this also has a fruit and veggie complex in there. This has soy protein, pea protein, and it's also low glycemic. So it's delicious, but you don't have to worry about having that sugar high and then that crash later on. So let me put that in. So from here, it's your choice. Whether you use a nut milk or regular milk or throw some yogurt in there. I like to keep it pretty basic and I just put water. So I'm gonna blend this up and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so all blended up and we've got nice, rich color. So good. Seriously, my kids, I've never had a hard time with these smoothies and I can sneak all kinds of goodness into them. So super, super cool. Another thing I find is I like to still physically eat breakfast. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I've already had a piece of toast this morning. Just trying to get the whole family settled and everything. So I always like to go with a nice sprouted grain piece of toast. And then my go-to is almond butter. And then a little bit of honey as well, just as like a natural sweetener. So I like to do that. And the kids kind of join me with that too. So we can kind of have smoothie as well as our toast, which is so good. Here we go. And I also like to buy local honey. So we're lucky enough that we've got actually a couple places around that have bees and sell local honey. And the really cool thing is when you eat honey that is made close to you, it actually helps you to fight off some of those allergies in that area. So from trees or the flowers or grass, that kind of thing. So we always like to have local honey. So that's that. That's really pretty simple for breakfast. I try to keep it as hassle-free as possible, but still getting all that goodness into us. And it is still can be difficult to get all your fruits and veggies in the day. So I also take a supplement, not a supplement, but I take fruit and veggie capsules, as well as the berry capsules. I take an omega as well, which is so good for brain health. So especially in the 3rd trimester for your baby, as their brains are developing at such an accelerated rate, and our brains are made of these fats, so they need these. So I've been taking these, especially throughout this 3rd trimester, and they're gonna carry me through into that season after birth as well, when everything's kind of been depleted from my body and I need that extra boost. And so I also take, because I'm in my 3rd trimester, I take red raspberry leaf extract as well. You can drink this in a tea, but what this does is help to strengthen the uterus so that when you start to have contractions, your contractions are stronger and they're moving you along faster. So it's great to have. So that is the morning. I'm gonna enjoy my smoothie now and we will see you in a little bit. Hi guys. So it is now mid-morning, but the following day. So I have to say how grateful I am that I was able to throw my smoothie in a to-go cup and go for the day. I had several appointments yesterday and I was just misjudging the time. I thought I'd be able to spend a little bit more time on video with you guys, and then it ended up I had to run. So it was so great to be able to have my breakfast on the go and know that I'm still nourished for the whole day. So now, next day, mid-morning, I'm on my 2nd bottle of water, feeling good from my green tea and my smoothie, but I am getting a little bit hungry. And so a nice mid-morning snack that I would like to do often is dried fruits. So I want to have these earlier in the day because they have a higher sugar content. So I like to have them kind of earlier on, and then a portion of almonds as well to give a nice protein boost. So you can see here, I've got dates and I've got apricots and 1 fig, and then a small little handful of almonds. So this would be just a really nice pick-me-up to get me through until lunch. And dates are something that you want to be eating in your 3rd trimester because they really help to prime the cervix. So really soften everything up, and you'll find that it will ease your labor. So these are something I try to eat every day. And the apricot has a really high iron content, so I try to have those as well. And the figs are really good for your digestion. They're nice and high in fiber, and then you've got your protein from the almonds. So it's a nice, well-rounded snack. And then I also want to make sure that I keep going at my water as well. So we'll see you in a little bit. Hi guys. So I've got almost all my water done. Now it's time for lunch. So I like to keep life super simple at this time because I really find, in the afternoons, I'm starting to get a little low on energy, and I can't eat larger meals either. I feel like I'm running out of room for that. So I try to keep it light, try to keep it super simple. So at the beginning of the week, usually what I'll do is make a pot of some sort of soup so that I can have that for lunch. So this week I did a squash soup. So I roasted butternut squash, acorn squash, sweet potato. I sauteed some onions and garlic, and I basically just cooked that all together with vegetable stock and then blended it. So I can put this recipe out as well. It's super, super easy, super filling. And what I also like to do is prep my veggies. So I do this for my husband, I do this for my kids, and I always make sure to make a little container for myself so that I eat them. And you can do it like in one big container or kind of separate everything out. And so I am picky about the vegetables that I eat raw. So I've done some research because everybody tells you, oh, it's better for you to eat raw fruits and vegetables. Now, some of them are actually better for you when they're cooked because those nutrients are more readily available once you've broken down some of those fibers inside. So carrots, broccoli, spinach, cabbage, there's all sorts of vegetables that have great nutritional value when you've cooked them. And now those things do tend to lose a vitamin C content, but you'll find that there's other, one sec guys. Sorry guys, we almost had a little kitten visitor on our cutting board here. So yes, you might lose some vitamin C content while you're cooking, but then there's other vitamins that you can absorb more readily after. So these are some vegetables that are awesome, both cooked and raw, but a little bit better raw. So our snap peas are a good go-to, and cucumber, and our peppers super high in vitamin C. And tomatoes are actually really, really good for you both ways. So we try to eat them always in our family. And so I might not even be able to eat all of this. It's looking actually like a lot. But I also have some whole grain crackers. So these have flax in them as well. So this is kind of, and I can pick at this, but it's super simple, very, very satisfying. And it kind of just ticks all those boxes to keep me going for the rest of the day. And I will probably have a snack as well. So I have actually prepared that. and I'll show you what that might look like. So if this doesn't fill me up and I'm still needing a little something right before I'm cooking dinner or getting the kids, you know, finished from school and all that, what I will do is have a little something. And the kids really love an apple in the afternoon as well. So normally I'll share an apple. I won't eat a whole one because that is quite a high sugar content as well, but the fiber balances out the sugar that you are ingesting. And I also like to have little baked goods around. So these are just done with coconut sugar, oats, coconut oil, and then a mixture of currants and like nuts and seeds and stuff like that. So I can post that recipe on there as well. And yeah, so this will pretty much take me through until dinner. So I'm gonna finish this and I will try to have another one of these almost gone by dinner time. We will see you then. All right, guys, it's almost dinner time. So once a week, we try to do a fish meal, a nice fatty fish like trout or salmon so that we all get our dose of omegas. And so what we're gonna do is get our cast iron nice and hot with some oil. So I'm gonna do some olive oil in there. I'm gonna take it over to start heating up the pan. While that's heating up, I will show you. Got here, this is a fillet of trout. And this did come frozen. So if you can't always get fresh, that's okay. But I do like to make sure that when we buy our frozen fish, that it is individually packaged. And it just seems to hold a lot more of its integrity. And if you can also get it with the skin on, it has way, way better flavor. So what I like to do, move that up here, is make sure it's all dried off. And then we salt the skin and we're gonna cook it skin down first. And that's gonna crisp that skin. My children love, love, love crispy fish skin. So we're gonna use a little bit of our pink Himalayan salt on the end there. Okay. You can season it in the pan as well, but just so I can show you while our pan's heating up. Then you do want to do a little bit of seasoning on the other side, some salt and pepper. You can do, you know, a little splash of citrus in the pan after you flipped it. I like to also have a little clove of garlic, which can go right in the pan with it as soon as it goes in. So that's just gonna infuse your olive oil with a nice garlicky smell, with a nice garlic flavor. And you don't have to chop it super fine or anything, so it's not gonna burn. So I'm gonna take this over, and when our oil is nice and hot, I'm gonna put that in, and it's gonna be skin side down because we wanna get that nice and crispy. Okay, so I've got my trout in the pan, skin side down. We're gonna leave that down there for about 5 minutes or so while that gets nice and crispy. And so while that's going, I'm gonna make our Greek salad. So I've got some nice chopped romaine. You can kind of use whatever you like. I also like to put some other kind of like mixed greens in there as well. So I have arugula and spinach. So we'll do that. There we go. You can probably grab some tongs. That might be good. These a toss. Perfect. And so I do like to add some veggies in here as well. So I've washed, this is just a farmer's pepper, so it is sweet, not spicy. It's a regular bell pepper. Put Sometimes you can find them a little cheaper than bell peppers, kind of specialty. So we can just give those a rough little go. These you can just kind of trim right along that green stem. Sorry, I'm cutting in behind the bowl here. That way you're avoiding some of those seeds and membranes being loosened, just to make your life a little bit easier. Okay, that's gonna go into our bowl. Take our cucumber, and even just do half of our cucumber, half it. I like bite-sized. Everybody has their own opinion, but basically got our little 4 pieces. There we go. Into the bowl. Make life super easy. There we go. I'm gonna go and check on our fish, see how it's going. I can hear it sizzling. I'm gonna take our little pieces, put them in the grain bin. Okay, so while I was over there getting our tomatoes, I flipped our trout. It has a nice crisp on that bottom side. And it's probably only gonna take about 3 more minutes to be nice and still juicy on the inside, but fully cooked. So we're gonna add now our tomatoes to our salad. These are our heirloom tomatoes. We got all nice different colors. Some of them come in different sizes. So it's kind of up to you what you like to have bite-wise in your salad. So sometimes I like to cut the big ones in half, but totally up to you. Like that. Okay. The rest of them look pretty good. We can put them in. Kind of give you a look at what we got going on here. All our different colors. Looking good. Okay. So, this is the last thing I'm going to do on our cutting board here, I believe, for the salad. I'm going to do some lime or lemon, which we're going to eventually use in our dressing. So, I can make some space here. So in order to make our dressing, you can put some olive oil, like that. And a vinegar of your choice. So I'm going to use red wine vinegar, use apple cider vinegar, almost half and half there. A little bit of honey. Once again, we're using a local honey. Okay. There we go. Also, give that a mix. Like that. Looks good. And we're gonna have our Dijon mustard. Okay. And this is something that we kind of picked up on a whim, and I've used it so much. It's so awesome. So this is an olive tapenade, pre-made. So this has black and green olives. So I'm gonna actually put some of this right directly into our dressing. I'm gonna add some nice salt. I am also gonna hit this with some of our Himalayan salt and some fresh black pepper. And then our nice citrus juice. So if you're sitting down to have a nice big family meal, you could dress your salad right in your bowl. Or you can kind of keep this in a container in the fridge for the week and kind of use it as you go. Now I'm gonna take our fish off the heat and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna plate some salad. I like to have all our pretty colors up at the top. Yeah, like that. And I have to say, still craving some carbs. So I've got some garlic naan. I'm gonna put that on the plate as well. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna take our dressing and put it right over. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna go and grab our fish and I'll be able to show you what it all looks like. Here we go. This is it. So we've got our Greek salad with our mixed greens, our peppers and our tomatoes, cucumber, and we've got our nice seared trout there. I'm so excited. I have to plate up for my kids now too. So I will do that. We're really excited to sit down and have dinner. Thank you so much for joining me today to see what I eat in a day in my 3rd trimester. I will post some recipes in the description there so that you can have an idea. And so, I want to show you my water here as well. About halfway down in my water, I'm going to want to finish this before I sit down to my meal. It's going to help me feel more full so that I'm not overeating. And then come the evening, I might do an herbal tea, something relaxing, some peppermint or something like that. And maybe for an evening snack, I might have a banana or something like that. So that's it. Thank you so much. Take care.